Hi, everybody. It's so nice to see you here today. My name is Ingrid Vandervelt, and I am an emeritus member of the United Nations Foundation Global Entrepreneurship Council. And this is a really special day, I think, for all of us, because this is the day that we're celebrating women during the UN General Assembly. And as part of the Global Entrepreneurship Council, I'm seeing more of my members, Ido, right there in the audience, and Haroon, right there, and Angela. So part of our role on the Global Entrepreneurship Council is to really think about how can we get creative and leverage our resources and our networks really to help the UN accomplish the Sustainable Development Goals. Because all of us believe that one person with a clear vision and committed heart can truly change the world. And so it's with that, can you all hear me okay? There's so much excitement, we're all just talking. I love it. But it is with really great pleasure that I have, on behalf of the entire United Nations Foundation Global Entrepreneurship Council, to introduce to you and give you really a shining example of how the Global Entrepreneurs Council really brings those people and networks and resources into the fold so that together we're stronger. We can create that leverage and we can really work towards creating a measurable difference on the Sustainable Development Goals. So it is with great pleasure on behalf of the UN Global Entrepreneurship Council that I'd like to welcome Her Royal Highness, Princess Basmah from Saudi Arabia. Welcome.
Thank you, Ingrid. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And to just, we've now had the opportunity to spend quite a bit of time together, but as I was going through your bio, I was like, how do you even describe this amazing woman in just a few minutes, which is really what we have here. But the things that I wanted to just highlight to you, and then we're going to jump into a little bit of Q&A together, is that Princess Basmah, of course, she is the youngest daughter of King Saud.
That's right.
She's also the mother of 5 amazing children. I got to meet 4 of them. But she really has dedicated her life and her platform towards goal number 5 and goal number 8. She really uses the platform that she has coming out of this region to really shine a spotlight on the power and possibility of what's there for women, not only from the region, but from around the world.
That's true.
And I thought it would just be really wonderful to jump into a little bit of Q&A for you to share with everybody here about some of your work. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that's great. I'll just summarize it in a few words. I come from Saudi Arabia. I'm the granddaughter of the founder of Saudi Arabia. And I was raised up in Lebanon with other scouts. So I learned it the hard way, how to do my own things on my own. When I grew up and I got married, I thought that was going to be the end of my journey, but it seemed to be the start. I started my career when I was 40, after I got my 5 children, and I wanted to be a role model for them, and then this is how it rolled down. Journalist, analysis, chef, 5 brands of cuisine. And I enjoyed gaining money and being supported by my own talents. And that was the start of my career life. And here we go. And then I went on and encouraging women in my country, encouraging other royals, girls, women, to make something for themselves. And then I went into the media. I broke the ice. And now I have more than 2,000 women who are on the media platform in Saudi Arabia, which they weren't 5 years ago.
That is fantastic. A little round of applause for that. 2,000 women there. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, isn't this, and I didn't mention, but today is also a very special day because we are connected because I didn't mention, I am chairman and CEO founder of Empowering a Billion Women by 2020. And it was just today that we announced that Princess Basmah took on the chairwoman role of our Global Ambassador Program, which is a program that has 22 members, women who are voices of their communities from all around the world. And Princess Basmah is now the chairwoman of that, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much, Ingrid. That is a day to remember. And by the way, it's the Saudi National Day, so it's two things at the same time. Celebrating being an ambassador, and this is quite an honor. And I think maybe I will put all what I have learned into EBW. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Gosh, isn't that awesome to hear? But you know, as we're talking through this, I mean, one of the things that continues to strike me about Princess Basmah is, I mean, we all know this area of the world, right? And some of the expectations that are there. And here she is, you know, you have really stood up again to be this shining light and example to say, you know, there actually is a different possibility there for women. There's a different possibility there for entrepreneurs who happen to be women. And I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about, you know, what message are you hoping to carry out there for how entrepreneurs can really make a difference towards these sustainable development goals, but specifically talk about it from women of your region, because I think we're all curious to hear this.
Definitely. You know, it's Independence Day for us. And I think it is Independence Day for any woman around the world to have its own resources and make use of what you have rather than actually what you depend on as in your bread earner. So once you look into what you have and make use of that, this is when you discover the world is at large, that you are a human being, that you can provide for yourself, that you are worth something, and this opens all the doors in your life, and there's no limits to what you do or what you can do. At one point in my life, I thought I was going everywhere, and then I thought, well, I have to stop there and look what platform I should be standing on. I cannot be backing everything at the same time. This is when I wrote the Fourth Way Law.
Can you share a little bit about that? I mean, this is just really a big part of so much of your work, the Fourth Way Law.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think if you Google it into the American Congress Library, we would find it. I just registered it there. It's a theory, 21st century theory, and it has 4 pillars. So it is security, equality, thank you. Security, equality, freedom, and education. 4 pillars which are very basic in any nation. But how do we perceive security? Is it the security of homeland or the individual matters most? This is a question rather is not asked in so many places. I think in my theory that the security of the individual is the most important one because it reflects on the security of homeland. So if the individual is secured, homeland is secured. As it is as like in a family, if the children are secured and the father and mother secure the territory of the house, then the whole house is secured. So this is the basic of nations. If you secure proper, decent life for the individual, then you will get a secured homeland.
Did you find that when you were developing this work and coming out of Saudi Arabia and coming from your family, were people in the region accepting of this work, or
no,
it was challenging?
It was even in London. Even in London, when I was writing my theory, I just reached out to so many universities: Cambridge, Oxford, St. Andrews, even Harvard, and they thought I was actually writing something which is not implementive. So nobody can implement this kind of theory in the 21st century. And I insisted that it is implementive if we just take actually a little bit of time to understanding how we can implement security to gain equality, to gain freedom, and then to be able to learn on a very equal basis with the others. So if you're a woman in some of the territories in the world, you're not entitled to study like men. So if they have money, they would involve the men and invest in the men rather than the woman. And for me, that is actually a complete waste of time, because we have a saying in the Arab world which says, if you raise a good woman, you raise a good nation. And this is where I started my work. And I thought everybody should know that women are the source of knowledge, has been, will be, so we'd better invest in them.
Can I pause on that for a moment again? I have so much respect for this amazing woman coming out of this area of the world, bringing this to the light, and you are so brave, and you are such an incredible role model. And can we really, truly just take a moment and just a round of appreciation for this?
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about, we could talk all day about the fourth way law. Can we jump in for a moment to have you share about another passion project of yours, which is the lanterns?
Yes. The lanterns. The lanterns have come into life in 2011 after the revolutions in the Middle East and then everywhere. I thought that all activists in the world need a platform where they can share their experiences. And I mean social activists, not political activists. Because the root of the political problem is social. So if you come and see the conflicts around the world, it's about misconception and misunderstanding of other people's civilizations and norms and attitudes. So I wanted these things to be shared by activists all around the world to shine the light on their problems, so we can have a better understanding of each other's conflicts and make use of each other's experiences. So I started actually talking to Sakina Yaqub of Afghanistan. She teaches women and girls in a conflict area where they're not allowed. And I reached to my dear friend Margarita in Philippines, and she deals with human trafficking, especially women. And so it rolled down as we went. And we started just getting to know most of the activists in the world, getting them on the map, lighting a candle in each place of the world, a global map. Every time one of them goes into trouble, we jump with them and try to help them in any way we can. Amazing. So this is the Global Lanterns.
Now, for those watching here, those entrepreneurs that might not have the kind of platform that you're blessed to have, and that you, again, have done just such a great job leveraging for good. But for those entrepreneurs who are listening to this and are inspired and saying, I don't have that, what advice would you have to them about doing their part towards these SDGs?
Believe it or not, and I know you don't believe it, but I have not used my name at the beginning. I have not used my name as a princess at the beginning. I just called for these people on an activist and humanitarian level. So our first endeavor and experience was from a human being to another rather than Princess Basmah. So I sent them all an email with Basmah on it, with nothing there. Just ask if you want to have a leverage and make use of your experiences to help women and men around the world in crisis area, to get them into being economically engaged. Please email me back. So this is what they did. They emailed me back, and when we had dinner the first time, they didn't know I was there. They just came to see Basmah. So everybody of us, each one of us has the leverage to do something if they just thought they can. You can reach the mountain if you climb it. You don't have to have the tools at the beginning, but as you climb, you will learn that this is what you have to do. And then if you're brave enough, you just keep on doing what you're doing, and this is inspirational for me and for others.
I think for everybody here, and that's a perfect way to end this. And just thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Ingrid.
Another round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello? Here we go. Well, thank you, Ingrid, and Your Royal Highness. Thank you very much. That's amazing. And it's just inspirational.
Thank you.
And as you know, this is live. So hopefully there'll be a lot more and thousands of other young leaders that are watching this that will be equally inspired.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you. Please do email me the contact so I can inspire other people.
Will do.